I went to bleeding races, 'twas on the 9th of June, 1862 on a summer's afternoon. I took the bus to Banbury's and she was heavy laden. Away we went along Collingwood Street, that's on the road to Bleeding.
You're watching Toon Army TV News Daily, all things Newcastle United. So it's been reported via Pete Graves on Twitter and the Chronicle and other sources that Newcastle United are having ongoing talks with Callum Wilson of AFC Bournemouth. Now, Bournemouth were relegated from the Premier League to the Championship and looking to offload Callum Wilson to clear the wage bill and move forward from there. Now, Callum Wilson is on around about £75,000 a week, which would fit our blueprint perfectly. And Bournemouth won around about £30 million for the striker to move on. Now, of course, Aston Villa and Tottenham have also been linked with Callum Wilson, but it just seems to be that we are front runners for the striker. Now, Callum Wilson will move to Tyneside if we can get Matt Richie to Bournemouth the other way onto the south coast. Now, that's what's been reported as part of a swap deal. Now, I think this would make sense for both clubs. You know, Callum Wilson, we need a striker right now because our current forwards just aren't good enough. Andy Carroll, yes, he scored 2 and 2 in the pre-season friendlies against lower league opposition, but he's not the same Andy Carroll that was sold 10 years ago. He's injury prone. Is he going to stay fit for the full season? Definitely not, but I'd like to be wrong. We've got Dwight Gale, who Steve Bruce was relying heavily on for the new season, but he pulled up against Crewe and is out for up to 3 months. That's the last thing that we wanted. Mutu, he's not got a future at the football club. He's been reported to be linked with Bundesliga and La Liga clubs. And Joe Linton, well, our record signing for 40 million quid just hasn't done it. He's not really a striker and he doesn't have the understanding of a Premier League football game. He's not really got the intelligence, and he only scored a couple of goals in the Premier League, which is not good at all. And we need that striker in Callum Wilson, who, yes, he's 28-year-old. He's now at the peak of his career, but he can't score you double figures. He's one of them who's got pace. He's got good knowledge of getting in the right place at the right time. I think he would work with ASM, bombing down that wing and putting the ball into the box, and Callum Wilson, getting on the end of it. Of course, we still need another striker on top to help him if he does sign, but also it would work alongside Miggy and Shelvey, and he's got some good players around him. And I think it would work in terms of getting Matt Richie to Bournemouth. Don't get us wrong, I absolutely love Matt Richie. He's one of my favourite players at the football club. He leads by example. And also, because I say he's a leader, Matt Richie, if it wasn't for Captain Jamal Lascelles being that true leader that he is, I think Matt Richie wouldn't be far behind for the Newcastle captaincy. But he's not the Matt Richie that was signed now in 2016, because he's getting on a bit. He's at the age of 30. He's not getting as much game time as he wants. He is injury prone at the best of times. But what makes sense for this move to Bournemouth is he knows the club very well. We signed him from Bournemouth for in the region of 10 to 12 million quid. He's not going to be worth that now. He's not going to cost an arm and a leg for Bournemouth, if not anything at all, because he'll be a straight swap. And with Bournemouth wanting 30 million quid, if we can give them Matt Richie in exchange, we can get that price tag down. And I think it would work for both parties. Matt Richie, he knows Bournemouth very well. He's a fan's favourite. Scored 30 plus goals for Bournemouth in over 100 appearances for the Cherries. He knows the manager very well, Jason Tindall, when Eddie Howe was his manager between 2013 and 2016. Obviously, Eddie Howe stepped down, but Jason Tindall was the second coach, and now he's the main coach. I think he wants Matt Richie to be that man who's going to get Bournemouth back into the Premier League with the experience that he's got. He's going to be the driving force to do that. And, of course, he adds the experience of the Premier League and obviously playing for us, for a good 4 seasons. And Bournemouth, they'll want to try and get back into the Premier League as soon as possible. And I kind of feel like he would be comfortable. Of course, his family's down in the South Coast as well. So we'll have to wait and see how that one develops. But I think it would be a good move for both. I think it would fit both parties if we get Callum Wilson and they get Matt Richie. I'll be gutted to see Matt Richie go, but at the same time, he's starting to get on in his career now. But I still think if you look at Callum Wilson being at the age of 28, I still think he can do it at the top level for the next 4 or 5 years, up until when he's around about 32, 33, when you start to go down in your career. And I think Callum Wilson is what we need. But I'm not bending over the bush that we still need another striker on top of that. We still need a left back, but hopefully this could be the start of things to come. Fingers crossed we can get a deal sorted out for Callum Wilson. 30 million quid, even if we didn't do a swap deal, it shouldn't cost the club next to nothing anyway, because at the end of the day, 30 million quid for a striker is nothing these days. If you're earning the Premier League money And nowadays, that just gets you average players. I'm not saying that Callum Wilson's average, but I just think he would help her right now in a difficult situation. And he's playing for a bigger club. No disrespect to Bournemouth in any way, but I just think it works, well with both parties. And I think we've got a good relationship with Bournemouth anyway, with the signing of Matt Richie and looking after him and making sure that he becomes the best player he can be, and maybe doing a swap deal, for Callum Wilson. It sort of helps the favour a little bit. We can pay the Premier League wages. Bournemouth can't now, unfortunately. And let me know what you think about the Callum Wilson deal. I would love to see Callum Wilson sign for Newcastle. Hopefully we can get this done. Let me know down below in the comments. If you're new around here, there's plenty more content coming out your way. There'll be a match day vlog from tonight's match at Newcastle Benfield. It's a non-league FA Cup tie against Same Red Star, so look forward to that. There'll also be a Middlesbrough reaction from the game this afternoon, the pre-season friendly down on Teesside. And there will also be my Premier League predictions for where I think each club will finish for the new up-and-coming season. So if you're new around here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 3,200 subscribers. We're nearly there. We're less than 20 away now. If you hit that subscribe button, it's free. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from myself. Hit that like button as well. I don't set any like targets. Just hit that thumbs up. It would be great. And interact with me down below in the comments. Follow me on social media, Toon Army TV, Instagram and Twitter. And I'll see you all in the next one. Keep it tuned. How are the lads?
I want